Hello and welcome to the Adventure Archive. My name is Ryan, and I'll be your dungeon master tonight as we continue our adventures in the Dark Kingdoms. With me, as always, we have Matt as Victor of the Calder, the Human Death Cleric, Jess as Dariana Bloodright, the elf-marked Seraphage Sorceress, Jason as Cutter the Faceless, the Daracool Rogue Duelist, and Eric as Sylvester, the Dampier Warlock with his spy and devil familiar Annie. Once again, Andy, who plays Beatum Doppelbring, we miss you, we love you, will not be here this evening. We'll let you know if and when he will be returning. As of now, he has disappeared from the bag of holding into an unknown place and time. So we'll see what happens. The Dark Kingdoms takes place in the Midgard setting, which is published by Kobold Press, so you will notice some differences in some of the classes, races, features, and whatnot. And please be aware, this is an evil campaign containing evil aligned characters in a dark fantasy setting, and as such may not be suitable for some audiences. Graphic descriptions of gore, murder, mutilation, and torture are fairly common. I'm very glad I write that out because I will not remember it week to week. How's everybody doing? We took last week off.
Great.
Good.
Ready to
Awesome.
do some stuff for not most audiences. Some more.
Some more.
I actually need to bring up the stream
I'm ready to short rest.
so I can have
Short
some
rest?
chat action going on.
Hashtag Warlock. Hashtag.
All right.
Pop out chat. There we go.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
nice if I could remember to post that we were going live. I need to start making notes for myself in my phone. All right. I have chat. We are here. We are good. I can't
Woohoo.
see anything because I have Global Dark on. All right. So, do we have any pre-stream announcements? I don't think so for now. We do have an announcement towards the end of stream, but we have finished Masticator Gate on Thursdays for right now, for at least the arc that we're currently on.
Arc, yeah.
Yeah. We have already announced Mycelium. Did we announce the title? Yeah, we did in Discord afterwards. Mycelium Madness is going to be run by Sisla.
Yeah.
On Mondays. I will be in it. Matt, you will be in it.
Yes, sir.
The Mother of Jedi will be in it.
Yeah.
Another Matt will be in it. Gorgongon, and I believe we have and Jables. How could I forget Jables? Jables will be playing that as well. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting on Mondays. I think 6:30 to 7 o'clock, somewhere around there. Janelle, if she pops in the chat, can give us a little bit more details on that. But that's the upcoming stuff, and then yeah. So that's about where we're at with that. I don't know of anything else. New merch in the store. We got a new Dark Kingdom design dropping soon, and don't forget to check out all that cheese stuff.
How's my audio?
Good.
Sound good.
Sound wonderful.
Okay. I just realized my microphone's unplugged.
Oh,
Well, something
Well,
else
then-
is picking you up.
yeah, I was gonna say.
It's your dark powers.
It is.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it then if I sound okay.
Yeah.
Jess, I'm super excited to get my cheese decal.
I'm excited for my hoodie.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you got the cheese hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's going to. We got to get everyone's order in tonight so we can get all that cheese swag.
Yeah.
All right. I randomly have like timestamps on in my chat and I don't like it. And I can't figure out how to turn it off, so I'm just gonna ignore it. So, anyway, so where we are there, so we're just gonna get cracking then. So where we are in the Dark Kingdoms right now, you have all have figured out that
What was that?
that was. That was a culmination of the.
He's like, I
entire
can't
campaign
finger
up to
gun
this
again.
point.
Like he's Scott.
That was a culmination of the entire campaign up to this point. Figured out that the blood of the brother of the dead king of the former. Ooh, and we got a Bane from Source of Victory. Let me get the stream moments. The blood of Duke Avgost, the brother of the former king of Krakovar, which was taken over 10 years ago by the vampires and the Daracool, an empire of intelligent ghouls, is the key to a dark ritual that will unleash power within the Imperium. and within the Ghoul Imperium and alter the course of history as we know it. You guys were searching for Duke Avgost after finding this information out, realized that Duke Drago Blackfly, the favorite of the Emperor of the Ghoul Imperium, was behind these machinations that is disrupting the alliance between the vampires and the ghouls. But he kept slipping through your fingers and was eventually taken by the ghouls. So you followed them into the Ghoul Imperium itself, where you made some kobold allies. You battled some creatures within the Pit of All Flesh, a blood arena run by the Darrakul, on an outpost where you got your travel papers. And while there, found out that the Cult of the Withered Hand, a cult of Darrow, who worship the Last King, which is a figure in ghoul history, when there were warlords that called themselves kings controlling most of the Darrakul before the Empire was formed. This was the last one, King Narosane. You were told through an unnamed ally to seek him out, and he might be able to help you pierce the Imperium itself and get to where the Duke might be in time to stop this dark ritual from taking place. Thanks, Jeff.
He's a
Thanks
scat king in more than one way.
Yeah.
Wow.
The shit jokes already, everybody.
Yeah, 2 DMs, 1 game. So that's basically where you're at. So you are currently in a cave system. You, after finding out what this Cult of the Withered Hand were, you are trying to find them because you were told that they might know where he is. When you got to this cave system, they were expecting you, actually. And as you got there, you saw a sign that said, painted in blood and shit, "Welcome, worthy foes. Find the 3 hidden prizes and bring them to Orda to gain her favor. Try not to die." You have surmised that Orda is the witch queen of this cult. You have found 1 item. You still have 2 yet to find within this cave system as you continue to battle. And that is where you're at. You have since dispatched a number of enemies, a number of younger Darrow witches before finding the Blacktooth Wand. You recently battled some foes, cast some spectral horses, and I believe after dispatching a number of them are around this pool here in the middle, about to rest. And with that, we will get started. But first, we have a Bane from Source of Victory. Thank you so much. I will add that to the list. Do we have music? Is that playing? Or is it just very quiet?
I can hear it.
Yeah, it's on the stream.
Turn up my... Maybe I just turned my audio down a little bit. I can hear it now. So I got a Bane from Source of Victory. Thank you so much. And we also got, is it a Bless for Matt, who is looking a little low? Is everybody looking a little low? Have we actually started using them?
We've been spending them.
Yeah, we've been
We've
using
been
them.
spending them.
Listen, this is, I think, the lowest we've looked in quite a while as far as numbers. I got 3 Banes. Matt has 4 Blesses. Jess has 4. Cutter has 5. Sylvester has 7.
Beat him
So
as
that
8.
is the most.
It's too bad he's not here to use them.
Yeah.
I'm
Glad
economical.
he's not
with
here to
games.
use them. Yeah. So, dark. There we go. Dark style. That's where we're starting. You are all standing around what appears to be this clear pool beside some giant mushrooms in what appears to be the middle of this cavern. When you look up, you see, I believe I said it was a 50-60 foot cavern that kind of domes over this area with these smaller kind of side caverns like off of that space. You just defeated a number of enemies after levitating them and flying yourselves and levitating other people, and as I said, casting horses that didn't get far enough and spells that didn't quite work. A wonderful plan that just didn't quite get there.
Came up a bit short.
Yeah, just a tip short. But you defeated them. You conquered them. They're dead. What are you doing?
I want to search the body at my feet.
All right. Let's see which one is at your feet. Yeah. As you search the body, you don't find really anything of note on them. This one is slightly more armored, kind of in the style of what's his name? The guys that you saved from the Pit of All Flesh and then attacked you while you were in the tavern. He had that kind of like breastplate style armor with the Cult of the Withered Hand kind of carved into the that guy. Similar armor to that. You would think that if they are in some type of group within the organization, it's probably the same one. He has similar styling, similar symbology on him, and similar armor. So if you can fit into Darrow breastplate, you can have it. But
Nah, I'm good.
other than that, it's just his simple weapons that he was carrying, and that's about it. Nothing of note.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure we still have like 2 more things we need to find.
Yep.
Oh, I will say, he does have a similar belt buckle. So if you guys are trying to still rock that sweet belt buckle, I think Sylvester's one that's got it right now.
I forget what it looks like. It's
So,
like a metal, like
I'll-
demon face
yeah.
or something, right?
It's like a demon face. Let me
The
throw.
demon face
Let
on
me,
the
It's like
buckle.
a brutal legend belt.
yeah, let me throw him back up on here.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It definitely makes Victor
Uh,
wish he wore belts, and not
Bring
Sash.
him to front.
That
Yeah,
may be a
can
little
you-
bit.
is
That may
that-
be a little flashy for Cutter.
I think.
might.
How about the when Victor
Maybe they were
sees it,
black.
he kind of sees it and is like, Beta might like this, and he kind of just stashes it in his backpack.
Gotcha.
And the belt that comes with it might fit Beta as
Yeah.
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's
Complimented.
I mean, all this,
just slip it right out.
all of this stuff might fit Beatum. I don't
I
think
mean-
he can wear a breastplate and stuff,
He
but
could have been our
Too bad it's not web
Darrow in
themed.
disguise. That's what he could have been.
he could have been a Darrow in
Damn
disguise
it.
instead of doing that feet magic to look like a mini Daracool. By the way, did you guys did that and look like Daracool right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I think at this point we are counting our days by the 24-hour
Yeah.
periods that spell allows you to look like Daracool. And you guys kind of wake up and do the do.
Yeah.
All
Dude,
right.
dude.
I'm kicking back
Bruh.
under these mushrooms.
Goody doop doop dup.
No, Mountain
More
Dew.
scat.
Oh,
All right.
Not scat. No
I
more
thought we were
scat.
scatting again.
No.
Get the whole,
about
get the
ready
whole
to go.
stream scatting.
Snowboarding in Dark Kingdoms right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, brah.
Hey, bro.
So I'm chilling under the mushrooms here, but I'm gonna send Annie fly over the this lake here first, or pond, or whatever.
Yeah, did you say that's completely
me-
clear? We can see to the bottom or no?
It's much more clear than the one you just left. The one you left, like as I said before, was full of like
Yeah.
black sludge and Darrow bodies, with things clearly moving beneath the surface. But you cleverly avoided all of that with levitation and super mage hand. What was it? Dariana?
Telekinesis.
Yeah.
Telekinesis. Yeah. So yeah, it looks relatively clear. And it doesn't even seem that deep really. So why don't you roll me an investigation check for Annie?
Hold on. I've got her attack up there. 2 shakes. Investigation is int.
Yep.
It is, and
11.
11. So yeah, as you fly over this, you actually see something near the middle at the bottom.
And how deep does this look?
It doesn't look too bad. It's like 10, maybe 10 feet. Pretty quick drop off on the edges. This looks more like not like a slope in for most of the part. It kind of just craters down in. It looks like about a 10-foot area on the sides, maybe going down to 15 feet towards the middle.
All right. I'm ever get a little closer, can she tell what it is? Or how big?
You can't quite make it out through the water. There is a slight bit of movement to it, and like water like deflects and reflects and all that stuff.
No.
Give me 1 second, actually.
Hopefully she doesn't notice that black stuff. Whatever
What
the
black
hell.
stuff?
There was like stuff in the other pond.
Oh yeah, no, that, as I said, looks much clearer
Nice. Okay.
than previously. There we go. That's a little better. All right, so yeah, it's relatively clear. There does, as I said, seem to be some type of shape at the bottom. Can't quite make out what it is through 15 feet of water. I mean, it's still a little bit like darker towards the bottom of the pond. It's not super well lit in here. You know that it's mostly the light from these mushrooms kind of giving you a glow. So you can pierce the light of the water a little bit down.
Mhm.
Notice that there's something in a mostly empty, clear pond, but can't really make out what it is.
So as Victor notices this, he kind of reaches into his backpack, and I'm pretty sure he has a lantern of revealing. And so he's gonna fire that lantern up, and I think it can kind of like bullseye even a little bit. Let me pull it up because you gave it to me on this list here.
Yeah, but I think if I remember correctly, the lantern of revealing reveals invisible things. It doesn't necessarily reveal just like
Okay.
doesn't
But it would
all-
make it
all
like
darkness.
bright. It would give him like bright light though for like 30 feet instead of mushroom light.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try to
If that'll
for
help
it,
him, yeah. So I'll
you can
kind of
try. We'll see.
come over here and I'll basically spotlight Annie. See what happens. Maybe something will be shiny.
Are you doing that? Did you do that?
Yeah, I'm kind of like on the edge of the pond, kind of between like Dariana and those dead bodies.
Gotcha.
And
So
I'm
you
just
shine this
trying-
bright light on the water. Some of it reflects off water. It's like trying to shine
Okay.
light into water. You pierce the darkness a little bit, but just as if you'd thrown anything down into 15 feet of water, water itself is not, and there is a little bit of like a movement to it. It's not like a dead still pond. You can't quite tell. It seems to be a small shape at the bottom.
All right, I'm gonna have Annie just dive straight down and go for it.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So as soon as does she have a swim speed?
I doubt it.
Yeah,
No.
and she was a small winged creature.
Well, I was kind of
So-
thinking like go up high and then just.
Yeah, so if she can dive, I would say that the initial dive would take her pretty far. I'd say it shoots her straight. I mean, she's also not big.
Right.
So I'll say it shoots her down like 5 feet, which is like double her height, like just directly into the water. And then how high did you go? Do you
I
think?
don't know, 15 feet, not super high.
And
I
what's
mean,
her-
impact of water can be hard. So
Yeah. So she used half her movement to kind of go up and then half her movement to shoot into the water. And so she basically kind of like, hits there. And as soon as she needs to start swimming, I need her to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
dang it.
Oh,
Hmm.
damn.
That's why I didn't go jump in. I'm gonna bless it as well.
Okay.
Well, shit.
Let's.
Crap.
Eric.
I already
bless.
said I was gonna roll it.
Oh.
So. A 9.
Yeah. So as soon as she hits the water, she dives down with that initial burst. The movement stops. She starts to paddle. Every bit of her flesh starts to burn. What is she resistant to?
she is resistant to cold, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons that aren't silvered. Immune to fire and poison.
Gotcha. So, every inch of her starts to burn.
I dismiss her.
Actually, okay. All right. So no, you know nothing about the burning now. She just is
As
gone.
soon as I knew she was starting to
Yeah.
not feel good, I would just.
Yeah.
She's your girl.
She she still failed and takes damage prior to the dismissal.
Yeah, she hit.
So, and she did fail the saves. So she would have taken 23 damage. Did you dismiss her? Or does she? Yeah,
No, that killed her.
that killed her. Yeah.
She had 22,
Damn.
22 hit points.
What happens when she dies? Is that it?
I have to
Just
do
to
the
be-
ritual to bring her back.
Dang.
She actually, the second she hits, even prior to you being able to dismiss her, her flesh just basically boils off of her body.
Ugh.
So while I was doing this, though, I was looking through her set. Did I get a closer look at what was under there?
Sure. It appears to be. Actually, give me another investigation check from her with disadvantage, as her eyes literally like burn out of her skull, from whatever's in this liquid. Yeah, you actually. Oh no, disadvantage.
All right, that's my one roll. Yeah, hold on.
Yep.
Okay, 16.
Okay.
Yeah, you actually see what appears to be some type of small 16. Yeah, you see what appears to be a dagger at the bottom of the pond. Like a long, thin dagger. Almost long enough to be called like a thin short sword, but not quite. You would definitely still call it just a long dagger.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and come out from my place of rest. And while I'm walking to tell everybody, I'm gonna grab this dead Darrow here, check his pockets and stuff. If there's anything interesting, great. If not, I'm gonna throw his body into the water,
Okay.
just to see if it eats him away as well.
Yeah, as soon as you throw it in, you actually start to see this like bubbling and hissing and popping, and it looks as if his body is almost being melted by some type of strong acid.
That's interesting. The metal of the thin thing can withstand it, though. Do you have like a magnet, Jess?
So I'll let everybody know.
I don't.
Can your mage hand go underwater?
I don't have
Well,
mage
you
hand.
see-
Oh.
You
Right.
actually saw Annie like rise up and dive down. And then as like you see these bubbles kind of hissing up before instantly like just I mean it eats her. She's not again still not that big. Again, just this bubbling kind of like hissing and a little bit of smoke kind of rise up from where Annie went in, and just by his reaction alone you assume that she got eaten up pretty quick. And you realize that the Darrow body doesn't last super long. If you watch for like a minute or two, it seems to completely dissipate and the water is once again clear.
Okay.
And Matt made an interesting point that could be a clue to something.
Like the metal like seems to be surviving.
Of the
Right.
dagger?
Like it's not something that eats metal. I'm just wondering how the hell that we don't have like fishing hooks.
That would be great if I were made of metal.
Or like a trawl, yeah. Warforged.
Or a chain?
Both packed to the chain.
I'm gonna walk around to this
Not
side.
literal. Okay.
So
Oop, I didn't go in.
Sylvester, did he explain how this looks?
Yeah, I mean, you're all literally standing around this pool. The whole thing is only like, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30,
Yeah.
30. It's like 45 to 50 feet, like in various. So like you can all see like
So-
it's happening.
But we can all see the metal thing.
Oh, now that you can at least see that there's a shape at the bottom now that it's
It's like
been
a
pointed out
glint.
multiple
Okay.
times
Well, then
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast levitate on it.
on the thing under the water, and you have enough spells
I can
slots
cast.
left.
I can cast that at will as part of my
Oh, nice.
thing. I don't
Throw
need a slot.
levitate up. Throw it up in there.
You got it.
One creature or loose object of your choice that you can see within range, which is 60 feet, rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. The spell can levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds. So sure, so you reach down with this levitation spell and you rise it up to the surface, and it breaks the surface and floats about 5 feet off the water and then just hangs there.
Okay, so I should have done that before I killed Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just hanging in the sky there. And you
So-
see now at a distance, you see this very, very long, thin dagger. Looks like what you would call like a stiletto. It's very ornate. Just kind of like, I picture it just kind of like floating there, spinning. You guys get a nice look at it. Still, like 25, 30 feet away. You can't make out every detail, but that's what you see is this very long, thin, stiletto bladed weapon floating there without any push to be able to do anything with it.
Yeah, so I've got it up there, but I can't bring it in.
So does it look like what we found in the other pool?
What you found in the other pool was,
Was
a wand.
Was a wand.
This
Oh,
appears to be
okay.
some type of dagger.
Okay.
Hmm. Oh, because Annie towed me, huh?
She towed you right up.
That's right, over there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Floating dagger. You got 10 minutes. Interesting.
Oh,
None of us have like a breeze spell or something like that. Okay. And
Breeze.
chill touch. Yeah, chill touch. The hand won't move it.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. So,
Only we had a wizard.
I'm gonna try to hit it with a rock.
I was gonna say, yeah. So we can throw shit
I'm
at
gonna
it.
throw shit at it.
I mean, you're pretty awesome with that arrow, right? You could probably hit it pretty accurately and send it in a certain direction.
Yeah, possibly.
I'd
Isn't-
say something bigger. Your chances of missing are less likely.
Yeah,
Like a big mushroom head or something. Or
I am proficient in the bow though, so I don't know if that'd be better.
Because that way he could
Yeah.
hit it like exactly in a direction towards that wall. And if it just hits right, because it's floating, and if there's nothing holding it, like tethering it, it'll just go in the direction that he shoots it.
right.
Yeah.
And if you hit it from the side, you'll kind of get like a little bit of more, like, like you're not going to shoot right at the tip of the blade. You'll shoot on the side.
Yeah. You gotta hit it from the back,
It is very thin.
Does this seem like a weapon you would use?
Wait. Does anybody have like?
Stiletto?
Hold on. We've got rope. Yes.
I
have
do.
rope, yes.
Yep.
We all have
Okay. And let's grab like off one of the dead Darrow. Like they only had. Did they have clothes on or?
No, they were all butt naked, every one of them.
it.
I just want to like take a shirt and make almost like a net to throw it over
They do
Yeah.
have plate.
the thing, and then
They
throw it
got, but they have clothes. They have small clothes. They got stuff on. They got various like, yeah, they have
Pick
clothes.
'em up.
So
Yeah,
if you wanted
so,
to try
like-
to do that with the rope, you could.
Yeah. So tie a rope to kind of tear it open. Maybe a rock to one end, the rope to the other to get some distance on it. So it lands over it and then just pull it in.
You're trying to make a net out of what?
Out of a shirt.
Well, it's gonna melt, right? If it hits the wall.
Not if it lands on the dagger.
Oh. Okay. So I guess I'll try to affix a shirt to an arrow and see what happens.
or a rope or just something. I mean,
Yeah.
you can just throw it.
I was hoping I had a grappling hook, but instead on my inventory it says mystery meat parentheses bone in. From when we
Bone
bought
in mystery meat.
Yes,
Nice.
Not gonna help.
Was that the camel? Was that camel?
It was.
All right. Got bone in camel
There's
meat.
so many jokes that happen.
Yeah, we're
I'm sorry,
going
Jeff.
off this morning. Yeah.
Whew. Okay. So you're kind of throwing it like a
Well-
parachute, Eric. You're trying to like hang it over the stiletto and then pull
Yeah.
it back like you're fishing.
Yeah, kind of like with a net, but
Like
I don't
the-
have a
the-
net, so I was figuring I
world's
could
worst
just drape
amusement
over
park
it,
game.
but I could kind of just pull it in. That's my idea.
Maybe I should just try to shoot it first and see what happens. Because it's a stiletto, so it's very thin, right? But
Yeah, it's very thin all throughout. Like it
So the
would
hilt
be
too? Okay.
yeah, like it looks just like a very thin ornate thing. It would be an incredibly difficult shot. I mean, you probably have like a +1000, but like
plus 1,000? Oh, fuck. Okay.
But in the levitation spell, it says the target can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach. It seems reasonable, though, that being able to tug it or hit it or something, you might be, if you hit it, it might push it a little bit. It's
Mhm.
basically just like floating up there. So just whatever you're
I mean, if
planning
it
for
is
retrieving
conceivable
this
to hit it,
item.
I'm gonna try. But if I think it's
I mean, it's theoretically
impossible-
conceivable to hit anything. Yeah.
All right, I'll just shoot an arrow at it and see what happens.
All right. Why don't you
want just
roll
like a
me an
standard
attack roll?
Okay.
Yeah, just a standard attack roll.
Oh, beautiful.
Stiletto explodes.
This is right past it.
Okay. What if somebody throws one of the breastplates out there? It'll sink, but if you can get it right underneath it.
Because all you need to do is give it some momentum.
Oh, you
right?
want to, and you're gonna lift that up?
Yeah, but if we throw then I just have a breastplate, so we'd have to tie something to the but then
Yeah, and we have a few
that'll
breastplates to
dissolve in the
throw.
acid. Never mind, that doesn't work. Yeah, we gotta hit
There's
this
like
thing.
3 breastplates we can throw in there.
We could sleep.
We can sleep.
What?
Oh,
And then I can just pluck it and bring
Like
it
you have
on
to
over.
sleep overnight, like all night?
Yeah.
long
Oh,
rest.
okay.
I'm not terribly against, but I still want this
Or
dead.
you guys could keep trying.
How long has it been? Has it been about a day since we've last rested?
We had a short rest
Um,
not long ago.
Yeah, but like
yeah.
overnight.
I would say like if we call again like casting the spell the morning, normally you get like 8 hours of rest. It's probably like 10 hours from that. I would say early evening, quote unquote, within your spell days. So it's not like you're trying to go to bed at 2 p.m.
Okay.
You know, it's a little bit later.
I
Took
wanna
you a little while to get here. You guys been kind of futzing around for quite a while.
All right.
Rested.
I want to try to do something real quick. I want to try to cut off a piece of one of those mushrooms and toss it in and see if it burns up.
Okay. Yeah. When you cut off a piece and toss it in, it's like putting cotton candy in water. It just
Oh,
doesn't even sink in.
I thought maybe because they're growing right there, they'd be fine.
You guys could also just try to withstand the damage.
That's
Right?
not.
Go for it, Sylvester.
No, that's a horrible idea.
Actually, Victor, because he has more hit points.
So, but it's deep though. It's like 15 feet deep. Like.
I'm gonna just sit
And,
there while I'm
Oh,
holding it,
I know it. Hold on.
and nobody
I
can
got
come up with any ideas while this is
it.
happening.
No, I've got it. How high above the water is it, Ryan?
It's 5 feet above the middle of the water.
Okay. Alright, so-
It's about right.
So as
You have a
Cutter
hard time
kind of
reaching
says,
it anyway.
as Cutter says, kind of like that Victor should go swimming. Victor has a flashback to when they had fallen into that kind of acidic stuff under the tomb, and he put water walk, which I'm pretty sure helped Dariana get from point A to point B. And it's only, you said the stiletto's 5 feet above this pool,
Mhm.
and so he's pretty sure that he can cast water walk, and it will give him the ability to move across a liquid surface. It says such as water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, lava, as if it was harmless, solid ground. And up to 10 willing creatures that you can see in range will gain this for the duration. So it's within 30 feet, so he can put it on himself and Sylvester, and he'll kind of take a step onto it and kind of look at Sylvester and give him like the "after you, sir," and points towards the stiletto.
Well, go grab it. You're already in the water.
So I'm walking harmlessly across it. You could too if you'd like. And Victor he's gonna head out with water walk.
And you still have a spell slot high enough for that right now?
I do, yeah. It's only a 3rd level spell. I may have
You
to go.
just now bring up water walk when we're.
I hadn't really
Throwing
thought of it
rocks.
as
We're like trying to shoot. It
stuff
like
was
an
all
arrow.
underwater, you know? Oh, let's see here. Boom, spells. So I've got. Oh yeah, 3rd level. For some reason I didn't use them because that horse spell is 4th. So yeah, I'll use the 3rd level spell slot. We'll walk on water. Do you want me to put it up in the chat?
No, you can just walk
Okay.
on water. That's
Cool.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So boom, boom, and I guess that's where the circle is.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of grab it, but like it's maybe dripping with that stuff. So like he's got gloves on, but he's also gonna kind of take one of those cloths that he has tons of and like wrap that kind of around the stiletto. if possible.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And
And you're able to then retrieve the stiletto.
yeah, and then when he comes off, like he does feel kind of like, and I know Sylvester doesn't really have feelings that much, and Annie's just familiar, but he kind of hands him the stiletto to Sylvester. Here you
Cool.
go, my friend. What do you think?
I'm
What do you
actually
make of
gonna,
this?
I'm actually gonna hand that over to the one who's best with daggers.
There we go.
Hand it over to
Okay.
Cutter.
I'll take it, and I want to examine it and see what it looks like.
Yeah. So when you do, you actually no, it's not there. You see this thing. What do I need you? Yeah.
And then Eric, this will last on you and me for like an hour. So if you can pick anything up at will, we could just pick up everything from all the ponds.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Should walk over and check out this other one down here.
Yeah.
So first from the edge, can I see anything in there? Oh,
Well,
there's
before
the
that,
one.
you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
this item.
Blood fuel.
Oh, that's awesome.
You get the sense pretty quickly for those magic users amongst you, which is literally all of you but Cutter. Magic items are almost indestructible as far as like acid and things like that go. It'd be very difficult to destroy a magic item, so this is why it survived. So you easily could have hit it with like firebolt or anything like that, and it would have been completely fine. It's very difficult. And at some point, you will rest and attune to this, and you realize pretty quickly when it's in your hand that it is in fact a magic item. It is a second magical item, most likely the second item that you need to find for Orda. But yes, it is a blood fuel stiletto. It does require attunement, so anyone that wants to use it, let's just say you are unaware of what this is, what it does until the next time you attune. But meta, you are aware. It is a blood fuel stiletto. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this magic item. The first time you attack with a weapon on each of your turns, you can spend 1 or more hit dice up to your maximum hit dice. For each hit dice spent in this way, you roll the die and add your Constitution modifier to it. You lose hit points equal to the total, and the target takes extra necrotic damage equal to twice the total. You can't use this feature of the weapon if you don't have blood. Hit dice spent using this weapon's feature can't be used to regain hit points during a short rest. Your spent hit die, you regain spent hit dice as normal. So basically, you can take damage equal to hit dice rolled to deal double damage on the first attack of your turn with this dagger. So if you roll 5 hit dice, your hit dice are d8s, and you end up rolling like 15. You take 15 points of damage, and the enemy takes 30.
Nice. It's kind of like a merc.
And it does require attunement, so it's one of the 3 one of the 3 slots that you have.
That's great.
So that is a blood fuel stiletto. Would anyone like to hang on to that?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. That's almost giving you like a smite on top of sneak attack.
But it has to be the first attack in your turn too.
Oh. Okay. Nice.
Stacking daggers. So that is what you find. What else would you all like to do?
Victor and yeah, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I was just saying, I walk to the edge of this one and kind of look in and see what I can see.
Okay.
We've got 1 hour of water walking, and I'm shining the light in there to try to see if anything looks good.
Okay. As you head over towards this pond area, let me kind of open up this space for you. You see what appears to be a pond. And you see it's not as crystal clear as the other one. It's kind of more of like a pond in a cave. It's kind of it's a middle ground between the one that was in the top right where those witches were and the one in the middle. It's not like just a straight crater down. It is more of like a pool. So there are some dirt and grime in it. The bottom is a little bit kind of stirred up even. You see a number of fish actually swimming in this pond. You see it looks to be roughly 20 to 30 feet deep. And relatively like much larger than the other ones as well. It appears to be about 90 to 100 feet long, and at its widest point down here, it's about 70 feet wide. And the middle seems to be a little bit deeper, kind of murky. And that is what you currently see. This is a pond that those other 2 were guarding at the time.
I'm gonna start walking around it and just seeing what I can see.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you with the lantern.
Go the opposite side.
Try to pierce the water.
Trying to slowly making my way around it. And then I obviously see this dark pool behind me as well. Or is that a rock?
I think it's a wall.
Yeah, it's a wall.
Okay.
Oh, what, this here? Yeah, that's just like
pillar,
a cave section.
Okay.
Yeah. As you're walking around the pool from this direction over here, what you actually hear is a very strange sound. You hear this kind of like this kind of like little giggling noise.
I look in the direction.
We're good.
Yeah. As you turn that direction, let me
The lady.
pull up a couple.
I'm gonna ready firebolt.
It's the lady from the poop sign.
You're as of, where are you on the map? Because people are where people are, as I've said many times. You are about, I would say, 75 feet away. Cutter's on the entire other side of the pond. The only 2 that are really over here, you might hear. No, I would say the giggling is quite loud. So you probably hear it, and it doesn't sound like a lady giggling. It almost sounds like a baby giggling.
Oh, fuck.
A baby giggling.
Babies.
Not your
I'm gonna ready fireball.
Not an auntie.
Let me quick pull some stuff up, because all this is starting to happen pretty quickly as this goes on. dun, dun, dun. There we go. That's what I need. I need stats and tokens. Pull up one. I'm gonna pull up that one. And I'm gonna pull that one. There it is. So what you hear is this giggling noise, and then what you see are three figures stepping down from where Sylvester is behind you. There's kind of this like upraised area. It's kind of like a little like walk up. The poop sign is actually at the beginning of the cave, Steph. What you see first, leading the way, is, let me unlock this area for you. I'll just take out a lot of this space over here. Yeah. And I believe you are on the GM info overlay. So let's bring all these guys to the front here.
Oh shit.
Are they already on the objects layer? Where are you guys? Ah, there we go. Layer. Token layer. You see actually walking in the front this armored Derrickul, walking ahead of these two other figures. 2.5, I guess. It seems to be walking very kind of almost a little bit uncoordinated. But weapons drawn and just looking in your general direction, kind of glass-eyed. Sylvester, you see this. Victor, you see it a little bit. From a distance, Dariana and Cutter, you see this a little bit. Cutter, where did oh, you started making your way around a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this all happens relatively quickly, so no one else is moving yet. And behind them, you see two other figures. You see two Darrow. One kind of dressed like the armored ones that you've seen with the breastplate and everything, and the other one you see appears to be a Darrow, at least in size, but it's covered in these robes. It's probably actually back here, and in its hands in front of it is this giant metal hook. It's this pole that hooks over the edge. And hanging from it appears to be a small cage. In that cage, you see this.
Oh.
It seems to be kind of lolling in the cage, almost kind of incoherently, just kind of like giggling and laying there, almost as if it has kind of reaching for the bars a little bit, trying to pull itself up, but it just can't. It just can't pull itself up. But it's kind of giggling, and then just starts to cry as it lays there, its head unable to be supported. And again, as you are watching, the Derrickul and these other figures, at least this one here, start racing towards you. And what I would like all of you to do is roll me some initiative.
There we go.
Can I launch my firebolt?
Because you read it.
What are you trying to hit at your range?
Whatever is within range. This guy. I can see that guy.
Guy in the front?
Yeah, him.
Sure. We'll say you can go ahead and launch your readied firebolt.
Okay.
Is Roll20 lagging for you guys or just me?
It's not lagging for me.
It's not lagging.
Let's just be me.
That work?
Dude, what the hell? The blue baby.
Oh, it's lagging hard for you, huh?
Okay, so I rolled a 20. Well, I got a 20 and I did 15 fire damage.
Okay, so yeah, so you strike this guy in the front, and he will take 15 fire damage from you. As it strikes, he definitely feels the brunt of it. It strikes him in the chest, and he kind of dodges back, but he looks forward and still has this kind of like a little bit of like 1,000-yard stare before his eyes are able to focus again. And again, he seems to like kind of loll a little bit before he seems to like regain control of his motions, and start moving forward again. Let's get everyone's initiatives in here first. So, all right. So we'll say, let's add turn. Let's add turn. Let's add turn. Let's add turn. And I'll roll a couple things here. I wish that would actually, when I click on it, that would give me the rolls that I want. Oh, wow. Look at some of these rolls. And is everybody in here? I see a Sylvester, a Victor, a Cutter, and a Dariana. Is that everybody? That's all we got right now?
Yeah, and he's dead.
Yeah, Annie's dead, and Brian's in the bag.
Yeah, too many pools.
Too many pools. Okay. So after the firebolt strikes this guy, he is actually going to race forward. I actually pulled up the wrong stats, so let me switch that out real quick. That's the one I want. That's much better. It's much stronger. He's going to race forwards towards you, Sylvester. And he is going to bite at you and then claw at you. So the bite will be this to hit. Does a 21 hit you?
You know it do.
Yep. And then he is going to claw at you as well. I don't think a 12 quite hits you.
Nope.
Okay, so
So he bit me. That's just rude.
yeah, he runs up and he's trying to bite you and then kind of like just like scratch at your back, but as soon as he bites you, you're able to push away from him, and as he claws at you, you just kind of do one of those matrix moves. But when he bites you on your shoulder, you will take only 6 points of damage. As he barely like catches on you a little bit. He doesn't actually like sink down into the flesh at all. It is now the little baby's turn, and as of right now, as I said, it just starts to scream and cry. But still, for those that are close enough to see it, it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen that video of the super drunk guy in like the 7-Eleven trying to buy alcohol, and he's just like leaning back and like can't pull himself forward. But it's like that. It looks like it's trying to reach for the bars and lean up, but it can't. Its head is just like lolling on its neck, as it just starts to scream now and fills the entire area in screams. Victor, you are up.
Okay. Victor I guess he can see the Darrow, and he knows that they're pretty fucking crazy, and he knows he can walk on water. So first thing he's going to do is he's going to move 5, 10, 15, and he's kind of looking initially just to see if there's anything coming up at him, like the dark stuff, or if he's just like on water.
Oh, as you're walking across the water, a lot of the fish start to like swim up towards you.
Okay.
And you actually notice the fish have teeth.
Okay. And then so he uses 5 more feet, steps back onto land, hopefully to keep them near him. It's kind of like a James Bond kind of trap for the Darrow. And then he's going to cast a spell, 5th level, called Flame Strike. And it's going to go right in the middle of these guys right here. So it's like a 10-foot radius. So it should get all 3 of these
toast the
dudes.
baby.
Okay.
Because I'm not a fan of babies. So let me...
A lot of
Me
baby
neither.
hair tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the blue babies. Let's see here. 5th level.
I was gonna say fuck babies, but I think that can be taken multiple ways. So we'll just leave that. for
Yeah,
myself.
okay, here we go.
I think you've
So
said that before, actually.
this is the vertical. I think if I press cast, I think it'll put it in the VTT here, hopefully. Okay, so they need to make a 17 dex save. And they take, if they fail, 25 combined fire and radiant, and then half as much if they save.
Okay. And it's just on these 3 guys in the back, right?
Correct, because it's only a 10-foot
So-
radius is what I can do.
Yeah.
So like kind of right in the middle here.
Okay, so top guy right here, the kind of pallet, the armored looking one.
Okay.
He gets a 10.
Okay, so he takes 25.
This other little guy back here, he gets an 8,
Nice.
and the baby actually
Come on, fry him. Fry his ass.
has
Yes.
a -5 because it's literally a baby
'Cause he's a
in
baby.
a cage, and it
Perfect.
can't even lift its own fucking head.
Perfect.
I like it has
So
how
it
it
is a
has a padded
6.
cage.
Oh yeah,
You're trying to protect this.
It's like
fucked
pimped
up
out.
baby.
Pimp my cage.
Yeah, we're throwing that cage in the water
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
with the contents.
With the fish. This is-
So 1 second, real quick. What level spell are you casting right now?
5th.
Interesting. All All right, so go for it.
No, that was it. So
Oh,
it's
25 points of
So
damage?
it's 25
Okay.
points of damage to each.
All
one
right,
of them.
so this guy gets shredded by 25 points of damage. This guy in the back, what exactly is happening, and how much, and what
Yeah,
does it
so-
look like is going
yeah,
on?
so Victor kind of like, waves his hand across. He speaks in Kariv. A vertical column of divine fire roars down from the rooftop of this mushroom cave on the location right in between these guys, and it's 40 feet of pure lava flame, and it's like in a 10-foot radius, so just huge, enveloping everywhere those guys are standing, and they just get scorched.
Gotcha. So this wave of fire comes down. It roils across all of them. This guy in the front takes a bunch of damage. Seems to like brunt it okay. This guy in the back with the robes literally basically catches the ends on fire. He actually drops the pole he's holding,
Nice.
drops the cage with the baby on the ground.
Yeah.
As the fire is raging down, you actually see the cage momentarily, like, it seems to be almost protected by some force around it. The fire's not hitting it,
Oh,
but whatever shell seems to be protecting it cracks under the flames as you're casting them down, and actually strikes a cage and blasts the cage apart, and the baby gets licked by some of the flame a little bit. So that is, so it's actually fried.
okay.
And screaming, unable to move at this point, seems to still be barely hanging on, this tiny baby, smoking. And the guy in the back here, I think I already took the 15 points off, is like patting out the fire that is now racing all over his robes. That's what happens there.
Nice. And then he knows that the Darrow have this habit of like running right at them, so he uses his final bit of movement just to kind of lure them back here.
Yeah.
And that'll be it.
All right. Dariana, you're up.
Okay. I think I'm going to maybe move forward like a tiny bit.
Okay.
Well, actually, my vantage point was a little better here. I'm gonna try to shoot the same guy with firebolt again.
Okay. So it's a 23 to hit for 10 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you you squeeze, right? Victor and Sylvester both feel the flames of this firebolt lick their shoulders as it strikes past Victor on the right. It hits past Victor on the left and just strikes this guy in the shoulder again. And once again, his body kind of like just does like one of these and then it like gets his body under control. But now it's just grimacing is all that it sees, is all that you see on its face. Doesn't necessarily appear to be from what you just did.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here. Yeah, like there.
Gotcha. Sylvester, you are now up. You had this Darrow kind of biting and clawing in your face.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my action to disengage because hand-to-hand's not really my bag. And back off. Yeah,
Over the water?
I've got water walking.
Yeah, the fish are just basically like one of those spas where they come up and eat the dead skin off your feet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no big deal.
like a pumice stone kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. As you're walking, you see them all like darting up towards your feet.
Okay.
And you also notice they have big teeth.
Well, and I'm not stopping, but all I can do is 30 feet on my turn, so I'm gonna continue my movement after. But
Yeah. So Cutter, you are now up.
So I'm going to actually, my bow is still out from last time. I'm going to sneak over and hide behind this mushroom and train my arrow to this guy here. So hopefully I get advantage.
Why don't you roll me a hide check? A
Okay,
pointless ask.
Stealth check.
But you can technically roll a 1.
I could
Yeah.
technically roll a 1,
Yeah.
but I
You didn't. You get a
But I
25.
There we go.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really seem to have noticed you to begin with. They were kind of focused on Sylvester and
Okay.
Victor to begin with, and you were already kind of crouching at the far
Yeah.
side of the pond.
Yeah.
So you just kind of creep up. So yeah, absolutely, you get advantage on this Darrow that is just kind of like standing
Okay.
there, like grimacing, looking forward.
Cool. So I'm gonna shoot an arrow his way. And but I got advantage.
Yeah, 27 points of damage.
No, that was my that's my attack roll. And then damage is this, but then I'm gonna roll sneak attack as well.
Oh, that was your stealth check. That was your stealth check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
because
just
you
my
have
bow.
advantage, you get your sneak attack. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then sneak. So damn. 39 points of damage.
Okay, yeah. Same thing. Your arrow strikes into this guy, it pierces the breastplate, and he just kind of like looks over towards you a little bit, still grimace on his face. Not really, again, kind of lolling, not necessarily seems to be in control of his actions for a moment, and then like regains control of the actions.
Okay.
Um,
And that's it for me.
okay. It is this guy's turn, and he is actually going to rip his robes off. And underneath you see he's basically just in small clothes, no armor, no nothing. This bearded Darrow figure. And he's going to reach back down and pick up this kind of like screaming baby in its arms, burnt almost to a crisp. And it is going to take this and kind of just like try to hide back in these mushrooms a little bit here. Just kind of like sit down and like kind of protect the baby as much as possible. So, and then this one is going to race forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and pull out a heavy crossbow and attack you, Victor.
Mhm.
That'll be a 12 to hit, so I assume that misses.
Yes, sir.
It just dings off your shield as this thing's racing towards you, and as it pulls out the crossbow, takes a quick fire at you. It's not a great shot, but you just ding it right off.
Nice.
And next up is this guy in the front, and he is going to kind of like look around, kind of like flop around, turn, and start moving towards you, Victor.
Mhm.
And he is going to try to bite and claw at you. The first one will be almost a
Nice.
19, but ended up on a nat 1.
That one.
The next one will be a claw attack. That'll be a 22 to hit you.
22. I'm gonna burn. I have a bunch of shields, so I'm gonna.
And once you get down to 1,
Yeah,
you don't
that's-
got any more.
This is the first time I've been able to use one in many sessions, so I'm gonna go ahead and use
So
it.
you're down to 2.
Down to 2.
All right. Okay. So your AC is now 27. As it kind of claws at you, it just hits this magical force that just rises up around you, bounces off, and it's not like it snarls or grimaces. It literally, like, it's already grimacing. It hasn't stopped, but it just like, and then kind of lolls back, and then like tries to like regain its actions a little bit.
Okay.
And then it is the baby, and it just screams and cries like a fucking little baby. It poops itself. That's last poop. Victor, you are now up.
Okay. So Victor is going to kind of wave his hand and like bring into being like right behind this knight, his spiritual hammer. This will be just second level. It's my final second level slot.
Is your spiritual hammer floating around anywhere? Yeah. it's up
It is
there.
floating around up there.
Yeah. I think you should
So,
still
like-
have control of it.
Cool. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So I'm just gonna plunk it right there. It's perfect. And then let's see here. Second level. And let's hit him. Here we go. Did that go? No. Okay. There we go.
Yeah,
Um,
it'll hit. 28 will definitely hit.
Okay. And then I'm not sure. It's not showing me pink right now. So let me go ahead. I'll just hit it right off of here.
Victor's looking for the pin.
What do you
there
say? What
There we
pink
go.
are you looking for here?
we go. And then he's got that thing where like it tacks on an extra D8 with the first hit he makes. Oh no, it doesn't work on this though. Sorry. It's a
So
spell.
6 points of
It's a
damage.
spell.
You just kind of thump this guy a little
Oh no,
bit.
it is a spell though. It's not. Oh, it's only on cantrip. Yeah, so I thumped this guy for 6, and then I'm still pretty focused on where I drop that flame. And so what I'd like to do, because I know I fried those guys, I'm not sure like their range, so I'm going to go with Chill Touch. And I'd like to. I have a special thing where I can do a Reaper, where I can twin it on these 2 guys that just hid in the mushrooms, and I can hear them screaming still. And so I create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of these 2 creatures. It's going to grasp both of them, the burnt
Okay.
little baby char and the guy.
Okay.
And then here we go. Let's see your cantrip. And do I roll 1 for each of them?
Yeah, you roll an attack roll for.
So here's-
Well, yeah, I guess.
Here's the first one. So which one do you want to do first?
I don't care. It's whichever one you want to do first.
So the baby's closer. So let's do the baby.
Okay. All right.
Get them? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit the baby a little bit.
And I'm not sure why it's not throwing the damage up there. It's not attached. So here is for that baby. So the baby takes 8 plus 1, and this is the one I'm gonna tack the D8 onto. It's a death cleric thing. So he'll take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I love Victor
Overdoing
That's
it.
my favorite. That's my favorite thing ever. It's a baby. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see the amount
I
of
hate-
health it has left. Its health
He's
bar is
anti-baby.
this big.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
anti-baby. I want to make sure it dies.
So you roll, what is this? 9, 10, 11, 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll the damage on the other one.
Okay, I haven't hit the other guy yet, so here comes the.
Okay,
other
well,
roll for that guy.
yeah.
So 10, so it does not go well.
Ooh,
and,
so
and
you
that's actually a
roll,
1. It's a 1.
You roll a nat 1.
Yeah. And can I
Yeah.
can't use my blue card to save that, can I?
To neutralize a crit
Yeah,
or something
no.
like that? No. That would be a good way to use a blue card, though.
I
Would be
tell
to,
you
like,
what, though,
neutralize
Can I use the my advantage?
what advantage do you have? Oh, your inspiration?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
burn that
sure.
up.
You can re-roll that with your inspiration.
Yeah,
Let's remove
let's
that.
burn it up. Let's burn it up.
Yeah, boom.
Smoke 'em if we got
Oh,
them.
you have a red card too. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, not much better. So, but now I'm guessing a 12 does not hit.
A 12 does not. Well, actually, he's kind of naked now.
Oh, okay.
Nikki.
Because I have my
Let's say a
blue card is-
12 just hits because he's literally butt naked holding a dying baby. So, but mostly he's got
Okay.
underoos on. He's got Darrow underoos.
Oh, and
Um,
that does some damage. That does some damage.
16 plus 8.
24. Yeah.
Yeah, so another 24 points. Fuck, this guy had 23 points of damage.
Yes. And so, if
So-
the baby's alive, he's got a hand clinging to him, but I'm hoping he's fried.
Okay,
Chill, and
so
Roll naked.
so as you watch, yeah, well, you can barely even see it from around the things, but these two spectral skeletal hands just kind of race around the guy in front of you back towards this baby and this guy, literally just cradling, trying to protect this fried baby who's barely screaming. And they grab around the baby's throat and grab around this guy's throat and just squeeze the life out of both of them. So you
Nice.
definitely do some nice solid infanticide.
For a DK.
Yeah. And what's interesting is as the life kind of drains out of this baby as it gives its last weak cry, the Daracool in front of you seems to like shudder and almost like collapse onto you before it raises its head and this clarity comes to its eyes.
What?
Get me out of this fucking cage.
No!
He's the baby?
Yes!
Which
He's
one?
not
of
the
us?
baby.
No, he's in the armor.
He's the
Oh shit, I hit him with the hammer.
he's the Daracool right in front of Victor.
He said, "Get me out of this fucking cage."
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh shit!
But as he says this kind of realization of his now normal size comes back to him. He looks down at his arms. He looks at his armor in front of you. Realizes that his soul now has returned to his correct body.
shit.
And there is this Daracool just standing in front of you, slowly shaking what appears to be these mental cobwebs away. And there he is.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Okay. Well, I've used every bit of everything I can do. I tell you what, I'll find out if he's friend or foe. I haven't used any movement, so I'll give him a chance to do an attack on me, I guess, by taking one step back. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm looking at him.
Yeah, and you're still in combat too.
Yeah, I kind of step back from him, and if he wants to, he can take a whack at me after disengaging.
Yeah, and from your previous vantage point, you had kind of seen as much combat as you could. That's why you're reaching for the cage and trying to bring your head up to watch what was happening around you. So do you take a strike at this figure?
No, Corin is looking around behind him, looking for the nearest Darrow.
Yeah, and you see one right here. And when it comes to your turn, you can do what you choose to do. Daryana.
Nice.
Yeah, you see this kind of, again, this figure that's been kind of like lolling around, kind of like not really in control of its actions, suddenly seems to be in control of its actions and like seems to come to right in front of Victor. And Victor steps back, and this creature seems to not be as aggressive as it previously was, or at least not towards Victor. But it's still a Darrow standing there, and there's a Darrow behind it. What would you like to do?
Let's see. How do I draw
Glad
a
we
measuring
didn't kill him.
line?
Good thing we didn't kill him.
I know.
I'm glad he wasn't in the fucking
Get me out of this
zone of that flame strike.
Haven't killed him yet. He's still
Yeah.
bit me.
I was actually pissed that he wasn't in the zone for the flame strike, so I was like, oh,
Whatever. He bit me.
he did bite you.
Oh man.
That's canon.
I mean, I have spell sniper. I'm gonna move right here.
Okay.
Sniper.
Don't make fun of
Such
me.
a Irma Gerd spell name. I'm gonna snipe it with my spells.
Okay, wait. I can move to here.
Do it.
I
You
am.
can walk on water.
I can't. I can't.
No, only
Oh.
yeah.
Just them two.
Oh, just you two. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was up to 10 for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he
within
only
30
did
feet.
two.
They're within 30 feet of us, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna switch the music to Cheesy Cave.
Nice.
For you,
For
Ariana.
me? Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's actually a
I-
whole list of cheesy things under Incompetech. I found like 4, so
Ah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to, I guess, notice the change in demeanor of this guy, and I think I'll give him a break for a second and change my my focus to this Darrow and firebolt him.
all right.
Or try.
Yeah, a 13 does not quite hit this guy. So the firebolt kind of just races past and into the rest of the cave area.
Okay.
You also have your little inspiration token on you if you want.
So that would be a reroll.
Yeah.
I kind of want to save it to get my book back, but I could probably make a dad joke at some
It's
point. between now and
inspiration. I
then.
was gonna say, like, the number of times you guys would get inspiration if you would just use your fucking inspiration. Like,
Okay, I'll use it.
That's what I
I'll
was
use
thinking.
it.
all right. I'm also then gonna use your red card, so it's a minus 1d6 on this roll.
Ugh,
Bait it.
I should have known I was walking into a trap.
Yeah, so reroll -2.
Wait, what did I just do?
Dropped a bunch. of
Looks like
balls.
you try to cast Firebolt again. You got another 13.
Oh,
-2s, 4 and 11.
Wow.
shit.
And you've used up now all of your you are tokenless. You have zero little dots on your
But his
figure.
red
That's
card
fine.
is gone, so that's good.
Is
Yeah,
gone. So
true.
yeah, so let's
joke's on you.
Jess's red card.
Right.
Well, I just get to get you a better red card for the next time you fail. And then we'll edit this. Let's take off Jess's red. Are there really 4 people with blue cards right now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dang. Oh, wait. Do you have a blue card, Jess? Oh, you should.
Yeah, totally should.
Have you used your succeed on a skill check yet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, you do have one. I just didn't put a token on you. Okay. And for those who don't know, we use the luck deck, Fate and Fortunes from Nord Games for our critical successes and failures on ability checks and attack rolls. So, you missed. You missed twice. And Sylvester, you are up.
So I'm going to Mr. Darrow there. He's going to get Eldritch Blast. So an 18
Yeah, 18 does hit. It just hits.
for 11 points.
All right.
And then he's going to get the second one for a
Fair.
26.
Yeah, 26 it will just hit as well. Yeah.
Okay, for another 10. And the last one is a
13's gonna miss. Yeah, the first two strike, and the third one just flies right past his head.
Right.
Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm going to kind of just go right to there. And while I'm doing that, can I kind of glance down while I was running and see if I saw anything through the water other than fish with big teeth?
In the area as you're running, you don't see anything over here. No, it's kind of just murky, and the fish are still kind of chomping at you. Okay. Cutter, you're up.
So presumably I'm still hidden. So I wanna, if I am, right?
Yeah, you didn't fire at this Darrow before you fired
No,
at
I
the
shot
Darrow,
at
so it's
him.
still basically unaware of you. So sure, yeah,
Okay,
you're hidden.
So I'm gonna fire off another arrow at him.
Ooh, the 19 will do it.
Okay, cool. So that will be.
You have a plus 10 on your attack roll?
Yeah, and that's like one of the
Holy
worst
shit.
ones on this guy.
So
So 8
Gosh, so
plus
30
22, so 30 points, yeah, on this guy here.
30 points of damage. This guy, as he gets struck by the two Eldritch Blasts and dodges out of the way, the third as it flies over, an arrow actually strikes him in the back, right in the area of the best plate in the armpit, strikes him, just barely misses the heart inside, but it screams out in pain. And it is barely standing.
Okay.
That's what I meant to do. As it's just like screaming in pain now, looking back, seeing the baby dead, looking forward, seeing everything dead, and it's just like, you motherfuckers. And it's gonna race towards it's fucking crazy. It's gonna race towards you. 20,
Into the water.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50. And that's as far as it can get. They can't do anything. It's just like literally just like racing towards you, arrows sticking out of it, like blasted with these dents in his breastplate from these eldritch blasts that just struck it. And it's just like feral almost, just like just spit flying out of its mouth as it races towards you. Kind of Naruto running almost. Just trying to get to the person that just struck it. Mysterious Diracool, you are up.
Let's see here. So, come into my senses and reach over my back. Do I find anything?
Oh, no, you don't find anything.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna go after that Darrow that I just saw, or I'm gonna start to go after that Darrow that I just saw, and then suddenly come to the realization that I have an arrow in my chest, and stop and look around in my new surroundings, and which one of you shot me? And then he's going to just rip it out of his chest and start sprinting after the Darrow.
Okay. I'll say you take a wee bit of damage as you tear it out. Oh, and let me give you control of your character. There you go. And you can move it where you would like. And if you're going to dash all the way there, you probably can't take any actions at that point.
Yeah.
So you're just
Yeah, for
racing
sure.
after it. Victor, you're up.
Yeah, so Victor's just gonna put the choke on this guy, just same as exact as what he did. Chill touch. 14? Is he naked? This guy is naked or not naked?
You love.
Naked.
You're looking for the pink again?
He's not
Is that what you're
naked.
doing?
What are you?
He's not naked. Okay, so
No.
I miss with chill touch, and then it looks like all the actions headed that way. So I'm gonna move the hammer to 5, 10, 15, 20, and then I'll just catch up to it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. That'll be it.
All right. Dariana, you're up. You see this Darrow now racing after this Darrow that's racing after Cutter. What are you doing?
I'm going to continue to move along this pond and try to get a good angle to hit this Darrow with a fireball.
Okay. Uh, 17 is just gonna miss. You got blesses. I'll let you have one late this time to remind you got it. if
I'm
you
not
wanna bless
walking
it.
into this trap again, Ryan.
I got nothing to use against you.
You don't have any banes?
I mean, I do, but I should have called it first, just like you should have called your bless first. So I'm trying to be nice here. But if you don't want me to be, then I can just say you don't get your bless.
All right, I'll use a bless.
God damn it. Try to be nice one time.
Well, that's the problem.
19 will hit. And with 14 damage, as this thing is racing towards you, Cutter. Whether you're dropping your bow and pulling a dagger, or like trying to get another one drawn. Sylvester is basically on the water, just kind of like looking around, seeing what's underneath. Darrow is Naruto running around the thing. This new come to consciousness Darrow is racing around behind it, and Dariana's just like, and just snipes this thing off, just blasts it from the side, knocks it over. Flame is now, or smoke is now spewing from it, and it falls dead on the ground. And the last of this little
For
battle.
Phoenix, we're all naked.
All right. Everyone's naked.
Like a spell where you send everybody's clothing to a different plane.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on here, Phoenix. So, as everything kind of settles back out, what are you doing?
So I still don't know what the hell's going on with this guy. So
Right.
I kind of like tuck my
So
bow
I'm-
and unsheath my sword.
I'm still running behind this Darrow. I see it go down, and as it hits the floor, I catch up to it, pick it up off the floor, and just rip its throat out with my teeth.
Nice. Yeah, it's a little bit charred, so it's probably got some nice flavor.
Darrow BBQ.
So you all see this.
Yeah, so I
as-
immediately noticed this and kind of lower my sword a little bit, just standing back curiously, watching him eat this thing.
I've prepped Eldritch Blast, but at the same time, I'm still kind of running around in circles so that the fish don't eat my feet.
Yeah, they are trailing you as you do that. It's kind
Kind of
of
doing figure eights out here.
yeah.
You do need your toes for the ritual.
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
Yeah.
So after he's taken a few big bites out of this thing, he looks up and asks, "I believe I asked which one of you shot me."
It depends. What did you do with the arrow?
He's still holding it.
Oh, you're still holding it?
Yeah.
Ah. I appreciate you returning it.
Throws
I'm
it on
holding the
ground.
fucking bow, so it was me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing here?
I guess I should say thank you for freeing me from those horrible little creatures.
Are you with the baby?
I was the baby. But no.
Please, someone say they clipped that. I was the baby.
It's the baby.
So I'm just little meta. If this is a similar spell to what Beatum used, would we recognize kind of the magic involved, or?
But not even meta. In character, you kind of know that Beatum used this at length. So you understand, especially with your arcane abilities. Why don't you roll me Arcana check?
Yes.
Yeah, not.
That's
like
what the whole
that.
point of
Bless
that is.
it. Bless it, Eric.
I will.
Yeah.
All right.
So here's that, and a bless.
Average.
So 12. Take that.
Take that.
I gotta take off a bless.
Sure. Yeah, you know enough of the Arcana. You get a sense, at least, that this is maybe not the exact same spell, but a very similar spell. To what you, because you were the closest to both of these, realistically, to the baby and to this Darrakul that's now in front of you. You do get the sense that he wasn't, whatever the Darrakul was doing didn't seem to be fully in control of its actions, but was still being controlled. And then you saw the baby also doing these kind of weird actions as well. And then they kind of snapped to when it seemed to revert after the baby died. So you at least get the sense that maybe there was some type of exchange or something going on. And that he was kind of returned after the baby died to himself.
Okay.
We were ambushed. They're awfully fast for such miserable creatures.
Did you come here reading the sign of shit and blood?
I did see that, but that wasn't why I was here.
Why were you
I
here?
was escorting a group. They wanted to go to the Sulphur Sea. They paid well in, the only commodity you and I really care about. We were caught flat-footed.
Cutter, we are on the way to Sulphur Sea, yes?
Yes, we are.
By the way, I'm ignoring this conversation because he bit me, and I don't want to necessarily kill a new ally. So I'm walking over to the dead baby and guy.
Dead baby and guy.
Gotcha. Yeah. When you get there, you see a charred dead baby. And you see a mildly burnt guy holding this charred dead baby in its arms. But its throat is almost like squeezed too narrow for what it should be. And there's this like black kind of handprints around its throat. But as you do, you also see what appears to be another wooden sign over in this direction.
Oh, what's the sign say?
Oh.
Oh, do you want to walk over to it and see what the sign says?
Yeah.
All right. As you do, you see a sign. It's a nicer looking sign. It's not written in piss or shit and blood. It's kind of just like carved in paint, or like written in paint across it. It says, "Do not enter. The door is trapped, and you will be burned alive if you don't heed this warning." And behind it, you see a couple of kind of wooden, like stone, what appears to be kind of naturally made steps leading up to this closure here. And there is actually, beyond this area, let me reveal areas. There is a set of double wooden doors.
Awesome. All right. How long has it been since Victor cast water walking on me?
We still have lots of time. We probably have like 40
probably
minutes.
like 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's like you probably have that much time left.
Cool.
We should probably check this pond.
That's what I was thinking. I'll throw the baby up the stairs later. For now, I'm going to go start running across, kind of at a nice jog around the pond.
It's like
And I'll-
jogging on. So and Dariana, what are you doing as this new mysterious person, as yet unnamed to all of you? is kind of telling his story that he was apparently guiding somebody towards the Sulphur Sea and was ambushed by these Darrow.
I'll ask him his name, I guess. So,
We
what
never
is
do
your
that.
name?
Corin, Fleshrend.
Oh, Fleshrend.
Nice, solid, Darrow name.
Would you like a demonstration?
No, thank you. My Darrical name is Slasher.
Ooh.
Yeah, and what you see are actually all Darricool
Yeah.
around you. Yeah.
Could I hear that?
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's a cave. Everything echoes a little bit, and you're not too far away.
So as I'm jogging around the lake, I would like a
Ice skating.
demonstration. Of your
What?
flesh
Oh,
friend.
yeah. Sorry, I
Are you gonna let him bite you again?
Yeah. Cor-
Yeah.
Well, help me find my weapon first, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I just keep jogging. I ignore him again. And I'm like muttering under my breath, "You bit me, motherfucker." I'm just jogging around the lake.
Interesting. Probably the fastest that Sylvester's ever moved. He's like jogging around this lake. These fish just kind of nipping at his heels as he runs around.
Your boots.
Victor, what are you
gonna
doing?
be torched, dude.
Victor's kind of he's kind of amused watching Sylvester move as fast as he is, and he's got that lantern, and he's just kind of trying to see something that's not fish. That's basically hopefully something else metallic that we can pull out of here.
Gotcha, yeah. So Daryana and Cutter are kind of talking to this new guy. You two chuckle fucks are running around the lake, kind of ignoring it. What are you all doing now then?
We're not seeing anything in the water.
So as you're running around with this, it is a little murky on the bottom. You do have these fish kind of nipping at your heels. Around here-ish, you actually do see something dark at the bottom of the water.
Do I have any sense of how deep?
I mean, it's pretty dark. It's definitely deeper than the previous pond. You're probably looking at like maybe 20, somewhere between 20 and 40 feet at the middle.
So Victor goes to the side, and I'm assuming I can grab a rock there, like on the side of the pond. And he grabs a rock and casts a light cantrip on it, and then kind of walks back to where Sylvester identifies it. And he drops the rock so that the light will kind of go to the bottom, right where the dark thing is, to see if it like is a shark or something, or a fish.
Yeah, it's a shark for sure.
Sharknado.
You, as it kind of lands next to this shape, you see that it appears to be a shield-shaped item as this rock kind of dumps off of it and stands next to it, and somewhere just like kind of floating in the murk, not floating, resting on the bottom of the murk, you see this kind of shield-shaped item.
Sylvester, can you do the same trick here? Yeah.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and cast levitate.
All right, so you
Not
levitate it
on
up.
the rock, on the shield shape thing.
Yeah. So you levitate it up, and it's just kind of floating in the water, much closer.
Oh, it doesn't make it all the way up out of the water.
Not yet,
Shit.
right?
Is it like per turn or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can move it 20 feet. You can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction on your turn. So as you float it up, it kind of gets partway up, and you're just like, and you wait a second, muster up a little bit more, and rise it up, and it just rises up between both of you, and you see this shield.
Oh, nice. Victor has been kind of wanting a better shield, Sly. So
By all
You
means.
have an awesome shield that you just don't fucking
No,
you.
it's because it's on bonus action is the problem. So
Oh.
we'll find out if this.
So
one-
you find this shield. And you notice immediately on the front of it, it is a pitch black shield. It has the another almost shield shape kind of attached to the front of it, as if it is like a shield attached to a shield. But it's actually a very well-known symbol to all of you. It is the symbol of the dwarves of the Black Canton of Gristle. The Black Canton of Gristle dwarves are right on the edge of Morgau, and they are by far the most undead and vampire hating dwarves. They keep basically the entire cantons protected from the undead on the edge of Morgau and do everything they can to kill undead. So this is a giant shield with the symbol of that canton on the front of it. And also, again, meta when you get around to it, it's a +1 shield with advantage on saving throws against effects that reduce hit point maximum. So, +1 shield with a symbol of undead hating dwarves on it.
No, yeah. Meta. Is there a way we can change that in the future?
Again, it is a magical item.
Magic, yeah. No way. Shit.
And magic items are very difficult to destroy.
I guess though, we look like Daricool. We could be a Daricool that killed it. All right.
You can decide whatever goes on, but you now have this shield in your possession. You guys reach out and snag this out of the sky.
All right. Nice.
So as you guys are rising that shield up, again, Corden down here with Cutter and Dariana, how's that discussion going?
So we happen to be needing a guide. And it appears as if whoever you were guiding is no longer here.
Well, I certainly don't see them. And I suppose I do owe you.
Mm-hmm. And we outnumber you as well.
Certainly true. I suppose I could find my way to help you if you could find my way to my equipment. But yes, I can. If you want to go to the Sulphur Sea, we can go to the Sulphur Sea.
Do you have any memory of where your equipment is? No.
Somewhere in this cave. This area seems familiar, but it's tough when you're in the body of a psychotic baby.
Can't say I know what that's like. So I'm gonna start.
Trust me.
I'm gonna
That's
start
right. I think you were a psychotic baby at one time.
moving this way. Well, let's have a look around then, eh?
So Cutter, or Victor and Sylvester, you come back with shield in hand. It appears to be a magic item, and you now have you have a wand, you have a stiletto dagger, and you have a shield with you, all of which appear to be magic, all of which are in the bottom of bodies of water.
Nice.
Oh, actually, I gave you the wrong token. Let's get out of
While I
that.
still have walk on water, I do want to go over to that last pool up in the corner up there. Up here.
One moment. Let's put this onto the token layer. And then let's assign this cooler looking Daricool to you.
Nice.
So this is now you. Better than the other ones. It's got a sweet background and a red border.
Nice.
All right, so you're gonna check out this last pool. It's barely, you don't even need walk on water. It's literally like it's like waist high on a Darrow. Like it's basically a puddle of water. There's nothing weird about it.
Okay. I'll stick my pinky in it.
Yeah, you do, and your pinky is now wet.
Oh, cool. So I'm gonna look back at our new Daracool friend and say, I don't trust this water. If you're thirsty, try the one in the middle.
Thanks for the advice.
We don't drink.
Flashback.
And Sylvester, we probably do need to rest for you, yes?
A rest would be nice.
Resting all the time. You guys are always so fucking tired. Very well.
No.
What do you mean?
Not you.
Just
The other
kick
ones.
back. I just need to kick back. I'm gonna go in the mushrooms.
You're gonna go in the mushrooms. I want to go look at this baby. You said it was all dried up like baby jerky.
Yeah, it was fried, so it's nice. Like it's like blackened, dead baby
Oh.
Darrow baby. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, still, I mean, it's probably got some meat on
Yeah,
it.
I
Still.
wanna-
It
I
just
wanna
got- just get-
Try it out. I've never had.
It's more like
baby.
seared. It's like
Okay.
really
raw on the
really
inside?
blackened on the outside, but like a little cooked on the inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try some baby and crack its.
Yeah, I
skull
mean, the
open,
thing
see if
weighs,
there's any brain in
you know,
there.
what's an average baby weigh? About 8 pounds ish. Nah, small, probably smaller. It's like preemie-ish. It's like 6 pounds of little
suckling.
baby.
Oh, so like new baby.
Oh
Brand
yeah,
new
it's like
baby.
preemie size still.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, some bone, some of the meat got probably like burnt off a little bit, some of the fat, but you can probably get at least a pound or two of solid, juicy
Wow.
seared baby meat off of
All
it.
right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat that baby.
Save
I
enough
guess-
that we can throw up the stairs, because the stairs are supposedly, or the path is trapped.
We've got the other bodies too.
Valid.
Yeah, I got plenty of bodies.
So
So you guys are all kind of
As-
getting together to rest at this point.
as Victor's looking at Corin, like, so Corin is literally just a Daracool in armor, like no
It's just,
weapon.
yeah, what does Corin look like at this
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, so Corin is definitely a Daracool. Yeah, he's in relatively good-looking plate mail,
Nice.
and with a like a sallet.
Okay.
No weapons.
No weapons.
Pretty worse for wear because you guys shot him a whole bunch. But he's looks like he was probably a human.
Does he
Doesn't
look?
have any. He's
For a
a
Daracool,
big
very
guy.
strong.
He's
Yeah.
he's like 6'2". Yeah, he's 6'2", probably in his before he went beyond the curtain was probably like 240, 250, big guy.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, so bigger than Cutter and
Yeah.
Sylvester, but still smaller than Victor.
So Victor's
Not by
kinda-
much though.
Victor's
Yeah.
not great at insight, but I think like because of the strength thing and kind of like he's another person in plate, could I do like an insight kind of thing just to get a vibe on him?
Or you can do an insight for a vibe.
Okay. Like if he's being sincere and like if this is somebody that could help us.
I mean, he seems to appear to be a strong gentleman. Nothing that you can tell has given like indication of obvious lies. Like
Yeah.
he's not like wiping his brow and acting all shady, but you can't. Other than that, you can't
Okay.
really get anything. He seems to be genuine, slightly annoyed at what appear to be his capture. By these Darrow and this baby. And
Okay.
yeah.
So Victor kind of comes out because I think, am I carrying the bag now, you guys?
I don't know. We still need to get the bag
I
contents
think-
from Andy.
Yeah,
you?
he's. I asked for it. He says he's gonna send it to me, but I just haven't gotten them yet. But I know some of the stuff that's in there that I put in there.
Yeah.
So I do think if we could, I'm assuming so. Corin, you said Corin Rich, Fleshfriend, yes. Would you like to go look for equipment, or have you ever been to Ruthenian Plain?
Can't say I have, but I'm sure my gear is nearby. It hasn't been long since these awful creatures
I have
took
I
me.
have a lantern here. I know you can see in dark, but perhaps if they've hidden it invisibly, uh, let us look for it. If we cannot find, I may have some choices for you.
It's appreciated.
Okay, I'm gonna help Corin look for his shit.
Gotcha. So as you're getting ready to help Corin look for his shit, and the rest of you, are you kind of hunkering down for the I guess we'll call it evening? I mean, it's been much later now. But you've battled most of the way through this cave with only a short rest. We'll say that took some time, especially the fish expedition and whatnot. And oh yes, I forgot to say, Janelle dropped 3 blesses for Corin, for Savaris. The
Janelle.
first blesses on the board
Ah,
for him.
Janelle?
Nice.
Yeah. So up to snuff with the rest of the party. We'll get those red cards to you as soon as we can as well. But as the rest of you are kind of settling in, as you're all kind of like settling in, at least relaxing momentarily, you've explored what appears to be most of this cave, and what stands before you is these 2 double doors with this sign that says, do not enter, the door is trapped and you'll be burned alive if you don't heed this warning. That is where we're going to end the session a little bit early this evening.
Nice.
So Corin, Savaris, thank you so much for being here. For those out there, Savaris will be joining us for the foreseeable future in the Dark Kingdoms. So welcome. It's great to have you.
Yeah, another Daracool, finally.
Yeah. And for
Yes,
those
another
who
Daracool.
are
Just like all
for
the
those
other
that are
Daracool in the
unaware,
party.
yeah, just like everything else.
Well, they're fake.
For those of you who haven't seen Savaris before,
Daracool, beyond Daracool.
For those of you that haven't seen Savaris before, he was in Artheros campaign before that went on hiatus as our resident wizard, so the slightly different character for him. Yeah, he will be with us for a while. And our wonderful friend Andy, life has just gotten in the way of him being able to come back, so we brought on Cam to kind of not take his place, but to be an addition to the party for now, and we'll see what happens when Andy comes back. What do we got coming up tomorrow? I'm actually running a 0 session for Victory Basic, which is the it's like a Dungeon World variant kind of on original D&D. That will be tomorrow. It'll be with myself. It'll be with Hunter, who you've seen on the Weekly Scroll. It'll be with Ginger from Ginger with Souls, and it will be with Moses, who you all know as Horrible Tomato. So that will be a good time tomorrow. It'll just be a 0 session. It won't be super long. We're just going to get into a little bit of the mechanics and the characters and things like that. It's not a super in-depth character creation. There are probably characters don't even have names except for their real names. So that's how that is. And on the Weekly Scroll on Saturday, we'll be digging into the last part of Lancer. We're definitely not going to go through the book. We're going to switch it up a little bit and just focus on an area. And that is going to be mech combat in Lancer. So we'll be talking about that Saturday on the Weekly Scroll, and then be back here next week for Merkborg and I'm sorry, for the Dark Kingdoms and 10 Candles. It's going to be our Halloween adventure next Thursday. So thank you all so much for being here. We are going to head out to our credits, and we are actually going to raid someone we've never.
We just got raided.
I was just fixing to say I've never got to raid Mr. Bayless, and I was fixing to raid Bayless. Thank you so much, Bayless, for the raid. We're actually heading out, and we're about to raid you. Was literally just saying I've never got to raid Bayless before. No, I fucked up. We should have ended 2 minutes earlier so we could have pre-raided. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the raids. Yeah, we have to finish a little bit early this evening. So we are going to pass the Bayless raid on. For those of you who don't follow Mr. Bayless, go follow him. He's an amazing artist and an awesome person. So let me find somebody else that I can raid. Let's just raid a good friend of the stream. We will raid Phoenix once again. So thank you. Sorry, Bayless. I was fixed. We were just about to raid you. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for being here. And we'll be here next week and tomorrow and Saturday. So have a good night, guys.
Night.